Welcome to MKD Education. Myself Satish Dhar, electrical expert. Today class will discuss about conversion of electrical energy, which is called energy conversion. As you know, your electrical energy is required for us in your different form. So here we have described about how your conversion of electrical energy takes place. Means energy from one stage to another stage. So you know that your conversion means or your energy, it is a form that it cannot be destroyed. It will only changes its form from one stage to another stage. So as a result, we can use your electrical energy in the form of mechanical energy. You can use your electrical energy in the form of heat energy, in the form of light energy, or from chemical energy we are getting electrical energy also. So here, with the completion of the class, you are able to understand the construction of DC machine. What are the machines are there which will useful for us for energy conversion. Then list out the parts. What are the parts? By combinedly it is called a machine. What are the parts are there? Then differentiate between DC generators. Then the function of commutator. It is an important thing, commutator. Then you can enlist the use of your generator in different stages. Okay. So let's start our topic. So conversion of electrical energy. Here we have just converse means transfer your one form of energy into the other form. Here three diagrams are there, you can see. This is the DC motor, AC motor and your transformer. So what happened here? Now the electrical energy, it is getting transferred from mechanical to electrical or electrical to mechanical, AC to DC or from AC to AC also. So in this chapter, we will discuss about your DC generator and DC motor. Okay, so let's start. So what is your DC machine or what is your AC machine? Simple. Try to understand what is a machine. Then comes to DC or AC. A machine, what is that? Now, whenever you are using anything you are using calculating or you are just using a pen and paper for your calculation. It will take some 5 minutes or 6 minutes or your 2 minutes, whatever. But whenever you are using a machine like your calculator, you are solving that calculation in 5 to 6 seconds. So what is your machine here? Now machine is a thing which will help you to get out your result easily, to get out your answer or to do your job, do your work smoothly, do your work easily, which will help you. Okay. So here the conversion of energy means it will convert from mechanical to electrical as well as electrical to mechanical. So that conversion, your electrical to mechanical, mechanical to electrical, this is called your electromechanical conversion. So here electricity or magnet is there which will help for the conversion of electrical to mechanical and mechanical to electrical. So there is I have given the arrow in two directions, that is mechanical to electrical, both conversion. Then comes to your DC machine. Okay. So machine which is using your DC is generally called DC machine. So your DC machine is divided into DC generator and your motor. These words, your generator and the motor, these all words are you have studied or you have listened in your 10th standard or in your other books also you have studied. So here we will describe about details. In details we will describe about your what is your machine there. Then comes to DC generator and DC motor. From mechanical to electrical, that is called your generator. From electrical to mechanical, that is called your motor. Okay. So it is basically in the form of DC, in the form of DC energy. Okay. Then comes to your main parts of DC machine. Okay. You can see the diagram. Here the diagrammatical view is there. We have divided the main part or the different parts in a two category. One is stator, then one is your rotor. Okay. So I am showing you or you showing here. Then second one is your rotor. So in each and every machine there is having two parts. First one is starter, second one is your rotor. So starter, what is starter? Now the parts of the machine which is getting stationary, which are getting fixed. There is no rotation, there is no rotating part. This is called your starter. Then what is the rotor? Now the parts of the machine which is rotating, it's called rotor. So but in between the starter is a big thing. Starter is a big thing. So in between the starter, numbers of steps are there. Numbers of small parts are there. So first part is your yoke. Then second part is your pole. Then third part is your field winding. Then similarly in your rotor case, so you can mark from the line. This is a straight line, starter case. This is a curvy line. Take that simple rotor case. So in a rotor, they are having also numbers of parts. One is armature. Second one is your brush. Then third one is your commutator. So come to the first part, yoke. In the starter, I have already said the stationary position or the part which is getting constant, which are fixed in the machine, is called your starter. So in the starter, what is the yoke? Now yoke is the outermost body, the outermost layer or the outermost part of your machine, which helps to protect the outer parts protects the inner part from the foreign object. So this is the circular body, it's called yoke, which is the outer part which helps your foreign objects like your water, your dust, other particles get into the machine. So this is a cast iron part. Okay, this is a rigid structure and it also helps to fix your pole or keep the pole. So the poles are present like that, and that 4 poles are kept by your yoke. So yoke hold the pole. Okay, so and for your, as it is electromechanical energy conversion, so whatever the conversion is there, this will, because your magnet, whenever your magnet is there, north and south pole is there, and from the north and south pole your flux lines will there, and whatever the flux lines, these flux lines should be travelled in a low reluctance path where the opposition is less. So for that thing your yoke is of your cast iron or cast steel. Okay, then comes to your pole. So yoke is completed, then your pole. Okay, so what is the pole? Now pole is also a structure which provide your magnetic pole, means your north and south poles. It will provide north and south pole. The pole is like that. This total is called your pole, and this is the outer part which will call your yoke. This is the yoke, and the total portion is called your pole. But with that, the pole is having other parts. One is pole shoe, and second one is your pole core. So this is your pole core. This portion is called your pole core, and this is called your pole shoe. Okay. So what happened here? Now here your windings are there. The winding is like that. So I am changing the color. It will easily visible for you. These are the winding, or you can say the conductors also. Okay. So what happened now? This is the pole core. This portion is pole core. Which one? This is your pole core, and this portion is your pole shoe. Okay. So what happened here? Now in the pole core, it is fixed with your yoke. It is fixed with your yoke, and the pole core. Upon that pole core, number of windings are there. Windings are there. So this winding is known as your field winding. Your third point is your field winding. So this is your field winding. This portion, this is your field winding. Means whatever the conductor placed upon the pole core is known as your field winding. So what is the function? In the field winding you have to give your supply, and when the supply is there, it will produce your north and south pole. So consecutive north and south pole will create. In a one pole, only one pole, in the only one structure, only one pole is created. This is your north or south. Okay? Okay. And this is not a single piece. This is not like a duster. This is not a single piece. It is your lamination of one sheet upon other. One sheet, thin sheets are laminated one upon other to make a pole. Like that. This is your, from the paper you can understood. If I will say this is one lamination, this is one sheet, this is one single sheet. If I will put the sheet one upon other, like that I have put the paper one upon other. So if I will put the sheet one upon other, and I will put the sheet or put the things laminated, then I will make the pole. So the structure is a laminated structure of your pole. Okay. Then what the function of pole shoe? Now the pole shoe here, whatever the flux is there, when the north and south pole will be created, then automatically the flux lines will be there. So the flux will travel through the pole in the yoke, and it will travel through the pole. I will draw another diagram to show you. So this is your pole and pole core, then field winding. Field windings are of your copper winding. This is your copper winding, and the pole structure, it is of your also cast iron, or yes, cast iron or cast steel. It is for your lower lamination, low, the permeability means the path is of low reluctance, so it will get easy path to travel in your circuit. Okay, so it is used for your cast iron and cast steel, and another thing is lamination is there. Okay, this is all about your starter. So then second part is your rotor. Second part is your rotor. So which rotate is known as rotor. So the parts which are being rotating. Okay. So in the rotation we are having three parts. First one is your armature. Armature. So what happened armature? The armature is a cylindrical body, but there are also laminated sheets are there. Like your pole, the laminated one upon other laminated sheets are there, and it will make your pole. In a similar manner, your armature is also a laminated sheet, and this is like that. You can draw the armature like in this way, whatever I am drawing. By 2 or 3 practice you can make the diagram perfectly, and this will helpful in your exam also. So you have to just practice the diagram only 2 to 3 times. Then only you will be master upon the diagram. Okay? Then I am just erasing this one. Now I got a rough diagram of your pole. Okay? So this is the central part, or this is your shaft. This is the shaft, and the whole structure is known as your armature. So in the armature, this structure is also placed one upon another, and this is the part where your conductors are there. This is the part where your conductors are there, and this part is known as your slot. This portion is known as your slot. Slot is there. In between the slot, whatever the windings are present, that winding is known as armature conductor. This is your armature conductor or armature winding. So what happened here? Now whenever it will rotate, in the principle you can get understood. Whenever how it will generating energy, how it will generate the energy. Now in our magnetic field, our principle is that Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Okay, you can see here the generator diagram or the generator principle is there. It will not in your course, but it is better to understood the generator principle. So look at the board, look at the slide here. The principle. Now it is your Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Means whenever there is a magnet, and in between that magnet you are cutting the flux. When the magnet is there, north and south pole, then from north to south pole your flux lines are there. And in between that, if you are cutting the flux line, you are changing the flux, then due to that interaction, a EMF will generate. Okay, and the direction of the EMF is given by your Fleming's right hand rule. So this is your right hand. So you have to put the right hand in the like that. Your thumb, forefinger and middle finger all are perpendicular to each other. Then your forefinger, it will give the direction of field. Field means your magnetic field, and your thumb, it will give the direction of your conductor. Means whatever the rotation of the conductor, then middle finger gives the direction of your EMF. Okay. So in this way, your EMF will produce, and that EMF will circulate in your armature conductors. So look at the conductors. So this is your armature conductor. These are of your also copper, because copper is a good conductor of electricity, and the property of the copper is that you can bend the material. You can bend the material, so it is easy to rotate, easy to put inside the slot. Because the slot is a small gap. Inside the gap you have to put the conductors. So this is the slot, this is the armature conductor. Okay. They are having some holes also there. Air holes. So what happened here? In the air hole, your air will circulate, which will make the system cool. Okay. Why it is laminated? Lamination is there, and the lamination of armature. The lamination of armature, it will reduce its eddy current loss. It reduces the eddy current loss, or the loss which will occur due to the eddy current. It is your I square R loss, heat loss. So it will reduce the loss. Okay. So proper lamination should be required. Thin sheets of your same thing. It is cast iron or cast steel are put one upon other. Laminations are provided, and it will make your armature. Okay. And the armature conductors are made of your copper, and they are having slots. This is called your armature slots or simply slots. And in the slot your conductors are put, and it is your copper conductor. Then comes to your commutator. So your second one is your commutator. So what is a commutator? Now it is called a mechanical rectifier. Means your every machine, your production is your AC. Every machine, your primary production is your AC. But as we are focusing here DC generator, means we are generating DC. We are generating DC. That means from AC to we are converting DC. So these things will occur, or these things is done by the help of commutator. So commutator is a mechanical rectifier. It converts your AC to DC. Okay, so how the commutator looks like? And the commutator has look like that. It is called commutator segment. It's called commutator segment. So segment means these are segment. Means the divisions are there. Commutators are getting divided, and in between that, this is called your mica. So this is your commutator segments are there, and these are your copper segment. These are your copper, and in between that, your mica insulation. These are your insulation. The segments are your insulation segments. So this is your mica insulation. This segment in between two copper like that. This is present like that. If I am saying this is two copper and in between that one mica, like that, the segment is present like. Okay. So this is your copper and the segments are there. Segments of mica are there, and this is your bruise. This is your bruise. Okay. So number of pore is called number of bruise. So this is your copper segment made of your mica, this is copper segment of your commutator. Commutator are separated by mica sheets. Okay. Then comes to your bruise. What is a bruise? Third part is your bruise. Okay. In the bruise, what happened? Now, as it is your, I have drawn your commutator and bruise are present like that. So the function of the bruise, this is also carbon. Bruise is of your carbon. This is your carbon bruise, and the bruise, it will collect the current. Whatever the EMF produced in your armature conductor, as the armature conductor is a closed body, your armature conductor all are closed. So due to that, your current will be there, and this current will collected by your carbon brush. The carbon brush only collect the current. It will collect the current from your which part? Collect the current from your commutator to your external box or your terminal box. Terminal box, or you can say it is to your load also. But whatever the current is there, this will collected first by your commutator. The first commutator collect the current. Commutator collect the current from armature and give to the carbon brush, and the carbon brush will carry the current to your outside body. So this is all about the construction. So your generator, as you generate the DC generator, it has completed. Similarly, your DC motor is there. So what happened here? Now in your DC motor, your output is mechanical. So force is there. Requirement is force. So what happened? Whenever you are providing your electrical energy, due to that your mechanical force develop. So same thing, current carrying conductor is there and it will rotate in a magnetic field. Similarly, the extensive mechanical force, and that mechanical force will drive your load. Okay. So the force is given by your Fleming's left hand rule. There was Fleming's right hand rule for your generator, Fleming's left hand rule for your motor. Similarly, left hand, 3 fingers, thumb, forefinger and middle finger, both are perpendicular to each other. Keep that perpendicular, and the forefinger indicates the field, thumb will indicate the conductor or your motion of the conductor, then middle finger indicate your direction of the current. Okay, with that the class is completed, but some important questions and some key points are there. This is the key points whatever we have covered. First one is the introduction to DC machine. DC machine introduction, how it is DC machine, why it is DC machine. It is completed. Then the different parts of the machine. Then the principle of generator and the principle of motor. Okay. So I have already prepared some important questions for you, which will helpful for your exam point of view. So go through the questions. These are the questions. 5-mark questions or 2-mark questions are there. Describe the main parts of DC machine. You have to describe the main part as well as draw the diagram also. Then what is the function of commutator? As I said, it is a mechanical rectifier. It is converting from mechanical to, it is converting the AC to DC. Then what is the, why armature is laminated? The armature lamination is required to reduce the eddy current loss. Then Fleming's left hand rule and Fleming's right hand rule. These all are your questions which you may ask in your semester exam. Good luck for your exam, and follow our MK2 education for your better electrical studies. Thank you.